Hello everyone. I'm doing a voiceover because my husband is taking a nap in the next room and I don't want to disturb him. Tonight I'm cooking dinner for this Vlogmas number 17 and I'm going to make something a little different. It is chicken mashed potato bake, like a shepherd's pie but with chicken and chicken soup base. I'm getting the ingredients out of the refrigerator right now. Here are most of the items I'll be using for my chicken mashed potato bake. A little cooking spray, apple cider vinegar, some chicken bouillon powdered form, water, milk, parsley, chicken, a little garlic powder, salt, pepper to taste, carrot, celery, potatoes, canned corn and green beans, and some shredded cheese and some leftover chicken gravy and some onion. There's quite a bit of items there, but believe me, it's worth it. Let's just get the vegetables peeled, washed, and cut. Now I've got the potatoes chopped and washed, and I'm going to steam them until they're fork tender. And these are going to be my mashed potatoes for the shepherd's pie. I'm going to make my own chicken soup for this base, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to cook some chicken broth, and I'm just using water with powdered bouillon, and you can use bouillon cubes also. Or if you already have the chicken stock, then from a can or from the refrigerator, you can use that also. I'm just going to get this broth cooked up, and then I'll add my vegetables. I added the carrots, celery, and onion to the chicken broth, and I put a lid on it to get it to cook faster. I'm also going to use cornstarch in this chicken dish to thicken some of the soup. I'm not going to use all of this soup for the casserole. You know, there's extra soup, and I'm going to use that for lunch tomorrow. The carrots need to cook just a little bit longer in the soup. I'm adding apple cider vinegar next. Time to add the chicken. Testing the potatoes to see if they're fork tender. The potatoes need to cook just a little bit longer. As you can see, I added my canned vegetables, corn, and green beans. The steamed potatoes are finally ready. Very fork tender and ready to be mashed. Immediately add your milk and butter and mash your potatoes. Now I'm going to test out the chicken soup and see if I need to add anything.
Taste test.
Yeah, I'm doing a taste test. Let me grab a spoon. That would help. has a very chicken broth flavor. I added plenty of chicken broth. It's good. Okay. The next step's coming up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this chicken soup and transfer it to this smaller pan. Okay. Let me get some of the broth. There we go. And I'll still have chicken soup for another meal, for lunch. All right, I'm going to put this gravy, chicken gravy, leftover chicken gravy in this, and I'm going to use cornstarch to thicken it. A little milk, it's about 1/8 a cup or so, and I'm going to put about a tablespoon cornstarch and stir that in there. Like this, because you got to use cold liquid for cornstarch, and then you put it in your hot liquid and you whisk it right away. This is thickening up very nicely. I'm going to give it a taste test because when I added that milk, it may have made it a little more bland. So I'm going to see if this needs any other seasoning. All right, then I'm going to taste it. I think garlic powder and parsley will be good. And maybe a little more salt. Parsley and a little garlic powder. And stir it. And I'm still trying to get it to thicken a little bit more. I have better luck with flour, but I'm trying to go low on the gluten today. It's about as thick as it's going to get. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to add some more vegetables and chicken. Just a little bit more without the broth this time. Yeah, we got to have more chicken than that. There we go. I think that should be just fine. Still have a little soup for a couple bowls for lunch tomorrow. Great. Now check it out. It's got a nice consistency. Yay. I need pepper. I haven't added any pepper yet. I love pepper and so does my husband. Yay. This is really going to make it good. Another taste test. This needs a little more wang. So more apple cider vinegar. Now that added the wang it needed to make it really delicious. Now we're going to assemble everything and make our chicken mashed potato bake. The oven is preheated at 350 Fahrenheit. I'm going to use cooking spray on the casserole dish to keep the casserole from sticking. Now it's time to pour the chicken stew into the casserole dish. Now take your mashed potatoes and put it on top. We're going to use all of these mashed potatoes. And then we're going to spread it out like you would icing, like icing a cake. Now this is the first time I've made this now. I'm going to take the excess. I poured it a little too full of the chicken stew. Okay, I don't want that to, when it cooks, I don't want it to boil over in the oven. So I'm just going to take some of the soup from the sides. That's what I'm doing. And I'll eat that tomorrow. Time to add the cheese. I have some shredded cheese here. Shredded sharp cheese. You can add cheddar, any kind you want. Or don't add it at all. I'm probably going to add scallions when I take it out of the oven too. That will be beautiful and delicious. Now some of the liquid from the soup, as it cooks, will evaporate, and this will be like on the crusty side. Yeah, it will be more like a casserole and less like a stew. There we go. I'm going to use all of this cheese. I'm generous on cheese. That's calcium, and I need it. Now, you can go heavier on the mashed potatoes if you like, but I chose not to. Now I'm going to put it in the oven, and I did put it on a pan to catch anything that might overflow, any soup that might overflow. So I'll put it in the oven for for about 25 minutes. Ah. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to ice some cutout cookies, some Christmas cookies. Now it's time to take the casserole out of the oven, and my husband, he's my helper tonight. Ooh, that looks good. Thank you, honey.
Humbug.
I'm going to let this rest for a little while because it's super hot and I don't want to put the scallions on yet. But it's looking beautiful. Now the casserole is cooled just a little. It's still very hot. I'm going to put the scallions on it. Right then, I think I'm going to try this and let you know what it tastes like. No, I can't. This is too pretty. We'll save this for later on for dinner. Now, as far as the cookies, the icing needs time to harden. They look like a mess, some of them, but some of them look really good. Thanks for watching my channel tonight. I did not have a recipe for this. I just know how to make it, and I just kind of threw it together. This was the first time I used chicken for this shepherd's pie. So if you'd like to try it, I'm going to write down in the description exactly what I did. If the soup base is good, the cream of soup, and your potatoes are seasoned well, you've tasted that you put it together, you put cheese on it and scallions or whatever you top it with, my goodness, it's got to be delicious. God bless each and every one of you. I'll see you on the next one.